So I'm just waking up, and I had the thought that I should really figure out front 5-0s on round bars today. I really don't want to. I've relearned this trick so many times, and they're so scary every single time. But when I relearn them, I never stick to them. I'll just make myself do a couple. I can't fall back asleep because I'm thinking about front 5-0s. So I'm going to go to the skate park that has a good round flat bar. So if you can't front 5-0 on round bars, or you want to learn front 5-0 on round bars, will be the process. I'm going to try to not be scared of it, because that's really the only hard part about front 5-0s. Yeah, I'll show you my process on how I figure them out every time I try to figure them out. Maybe the same process will work for you, and then you can keep doing them so you don't lose them like me, because I'm a moron. And I'm like, I learned front 5-0s on round bars. Better do nothing but slappy crooks for the next 6 months and not do another front 5-0. Oh man, where'd my front 5-0s go? 1 o'clock, I'm meeting up with Corey Keen Ramps, because I'm also running the Keen Ramps YouTube. I'll put the link down in the description for you guys to check that out. It's basically a completely different YouTube that I'm running, that I'll be making all the videos for. I'll be the host of it, and I'll be doing stuff with just ramps that Corey builds or concepts that he wants to do. And it's going to be very based on not only teaching you how to build ramps, teaching you how to skate ramps, teaching you how to do tricks when there's ramps involved, sometimes when there's not ramps or rails involved. It's also going to be just the Keen Ramps YouTube. I mean, there's world records that we plan to break with stuff that he's going to build. He has some really, really cool concepts, as well as we work with a lot of pro skaters as it is. He did the give back rail jam thing where he put a old famous handrail back where it used to be, and Jamie Foy came out and skated it. I mean, there was 30 top pro skaters that came and skated it. So we'll be doing videos like that as well with him. Basically me making fun of a lot of actually established pro skaters is most likely what's going to end up being. There's a ton of opportunity for really amusing content. But yeah, I'm going to go drive to the skate park, try to warm up. I'm going to use this for the first time. I'm going to skate like a lonely boy with no friends. I'm going to be at John Hill today and tripod myself. I wonder if I can do that zoomy thing that he does where it looks like the camera's following you. I'm just going to John Hill it up. I thought about going to Starbucks to get a hot chocolate to start the day, just to really turn out the vibe, but yeah, I can't do that. Yeah, I think it's always good if you know you're gonna try something that you're scared of that day, to get a good warm up. Definitely do not jump right into it. I'm just gonna do my go-tos. You're literally gonna see the tricks that I always do when I warm up, and it's usually the same tricks. I usually like to start off with, if there's a ledge, just doing really, really basic ledge tricks, and then once I run through a couple of basic ledge tricks, I'll try to go through a good bit of basic flip tricks, because flip tricks really warm you up, because you have to use your ankle. I feel with ledges, you're using the same ollie to get into most of the grinds, and I feel it doesn't loosen you up that well. Whereas flip tricks, you're flicking your ankle this way, you're flicking your ankle that way, you're skating nollie, you're skating this. And I was told by my buddy Kai Reeler that you have your age in minutes to warm up. So this warm up might take a really long time, because I am not young. Ledge is a little sticky. I just rubbed my board on it. No bueno. It's a little bit of wax for less resistance, because I don't want to put any effort into skating it. In fact, if you noticed, I basically don't want to put any effort into skating ever. So
think it's really important though to learn your flip tricks to where you can do them lazily. Like, you don't have to like roast your kickflip every time. Sometimes getting those like beginning flicks out of the way where you're just trying to do like a normal casual kickflip, nothing too tweaky, nothing too fancy, it really helps you warm up. Show you what I mean. Here is a lazy one. And then here's me really trying. Same thing with 360 flips. Having lazy 360 flips really good for warming up. Plus some people like the lazy ones more. I think they look lazy, so I'm not the biggest fan, but I'll do a lazy one and then I'll do 360 flip how I normally do it. Oh my God. Now we're gonna start playing with the flat bar. Start with 50-50s and stuff. So help me 5-0 and then I'll just start trying it, I guess. All right, now I'm just gonna try to tap the end of it. I want to tap the end of it, and then I want to go slow and maybe stall one, and then try to grind like 3 feet of it. We'll see. It's gonna be a long process. That was a tapper, but I tapped it. Oh my God. I'm gonna be honest, the fact that I did that first try is 100% because I was trying so hard to not fall while filming. Yeah, sometimes filming yourself is the motivation you need to try to just go for it right away. That was a little baby tap, but it's progress for me. Oh, that's what I'm always scared of. That, right there. The board flipping over heel side. Yeah, like I still have no idea what I'm doing. Just sit on it, you idiot. Dang. Here we go. I'm gonna try to grind more of the rail now. Honestly, it's not what I wanted. Forcing myself to put my body weight in the right spot was horrifying for me. I had like some pretty bad experiences with front 5-0s on flat bars. That's a lot of people have. So just trying to make myself like do it again is pretty exciting for me. We used to have this trick pretty good though. I'll play a couple random clips with like me 5-0ing handrails and stuff like that. I used to be really good at back 5-0s too. Like I had back 5-0 to 10 stair rail before. No, it was 9. Let's just say it's 10 though. You don't know. You didn't see the footage. You're not gonna watch all my old parts of the seat, count how many stairs it was. It was 9 though. But dude, that's like such like a mental war. What helps me is like understanding my own fear. So with rails and ledges, you pretty much know whether you're gonna fully commit to the trick probably a half second before you pop. Whereas flip tricks, you know whether you're going to commit to it before you even ollie. Like, you pretty much know whether you're going to commit to it 3 feet before you get to the stairs, or, 3 seconds before you flip the trick, because it happens so fast. You have to commit right away. You don't have as much time to play. And with handrails, usually you commit, I'd say about 6 feet before the handrail, kind of like the point of no return. There's like an invisible line that, like, once you pass that line, you're going so fast, you're at the rail, like, you got to jump on it. For flat bars, it's usually like a half second where I know, like, okay, I'm gonna actually try this one. I'm not the bravest skater, so that's like always a fun one for me to find, like a basic trick to struggle with. Kind of helps me push my fear, but at the same time stay somewhat safe, because I'm only like, a foot and an inch off the ground. So in between tries, when I was like, oh yeah, like I'm not gonna give up or whatever, I stopped recording and I was cruising around the park and I got mad and I was like, I'm just gonna jump on a 5.0, and I jumped on it to probably like 3 feet from the beginning of the rail and grind it like 4 foot, and then popped out early and stepped off. And I was like, oh, I got it. But then, like, when I set up the camera and started again, the fear came back. I just kind of had like one of those random motivations, like, I'm going to do it right now. So if you ever get that inkling, by all means, go for it. There's a story of, like, so my last trick, if you look it up, Dank 2, my last trick is a manual ollie at this gap called the Pavilion Gap. And I had given up. Like, I was like, I'm not going to do this trick. And my filmer at the time, Glasgow, was packing up the camera. And, like, as we were leaving, it just, like, popped in my head, like, that whole, like, screw it mentality. Like, just go for it. Like, if you get hurt, you get hurt. And that's why in the footage, he's filming from this awful angle to where you can't even see the gap that well, because I was literally like, Glasgow, like, film it right now. If you don't film it, you don't film it, but I'm going for it right now. And he literally, like, whips the camera out, presses record, literally, like, 2 seconds before I run and drop my board from this, like, pretty awful angle. But local people in Baltimore know how big the gap is. It's, like, it's long. I'd say it's probably, like, 12 or 13 stairs long, and it's, like, I think it's exactly 10 stairs tall, because I think there's, like, a 4 flat 6 next to it. But there's, like, a crack at the top. There's not a lot of run up. So, yeah, that's, like, why in the footage when I land, I'm, like, ecstatic. That was, like, at that point in time, one of the first times in a while since I broke my femur that I had made myself do something that I was, like, shaking about. And now that I'm older, I'm 33, I'm not too anxious to do that to myself on, like, stuff that I could really get broke off on, unless I'm, like, really excited about it. I do have a trick at Hollywood High that I want to do. But pushing your, like, fear level, whether it's flat ground or in the grass, is really, really good. Not just for skateboarding, though, but that definitely translates, like, into life, where it's like, I'm really scared of heights, so there's times that I can, like, push myself to climb on stuff the same way that I would push myself to commit to a new flip trick, or push myself to commit to a ledge trick, or dropping in on something big for the first time. I think everything has multiple lessons that it can teach you, whether it's soccer or chess or whatever, but skateboarding has, I think, some pretty crucial, excellent lessons that you can get out of it, as far as pushing yourself, picking yourself back up, not being scared, and all the shit's been said before, but I didn't say it on my channel, so if you haven't heard it before, there you go. If you skateboard, you might actually have an upper hand in life. It could also be a step down in life, though, if you take it too seriously and then you commit too much time to it. It's very important to realize that skateboarding is the most fun thing in the world, but it's not the only thing in the world, so, like, try to keep that in check. I love skateboarding. I do it every day, but there's definitely more important stuff. Just skateboarding is where I really get a lot of joy out of it. So try to keep that in perspective. If someone doesn't skateboard, if someone scooters or they're into whatever, that's what brings them joy. Just live and let live. I'm pretty much down for anyone who has a passion for anything. Tricks. I might film some random tricks. Actually, you know what? I'll show you some random tricks. I'll just do some tricks. I don't know. So it's not as boring as watching me struggle with a 5.0 for a while. That's starting to make sense. end. I mean, it was early, but it was early off the end. Both those tricks were new for me. So usually this is what I'll do when I'm just skating. I'll pick a concept like pop over board slide tricks, brush up on the ones I haven't done in a while, and try to learn some new ones or just play with body weight. The front board pop over to fakie, I haven't done that since I probably learned it when I was like a little kid, and I like sat on that one kind of cool, so it made me think, man, my front board balance is so much better than it used to be. I should try to learn a bunch of front board tricks today. So that's what I did. And now I'm gonna play with full cab front noses because I think that trick's cool and I can't really do them. I've done them, but I'm not good at them. First try would be cool. I knew that wasn't gonna happen. Ooh. That was crazy. Oh, I wish. Oh, I know I'm not gonna land that, but I'm gonna try for a while. That's just what you gotta do. You gotta play with the trick you know you're not gonna land. Hope something clicks. That was a front crook, so that was cool. Yeah, so a lot of times I'll just do that. I'll play with the trick that I know this isn't the right ledge to land it on. I need something taller, but just sort of getting that body momentum right to learn how to do the trick. And it's not a bad idea to sometimes going to a trick that you want to learn with the mindset that you're not going to do it yet. Like you're just trying to figure a few key elements out with it. That way you don't get so frustrated when you don't land it. So yeah, made a little bit of progress with that trick. And that's usually how I skate when I'm by myself. It's a lot of playing with concepts, seeing what feels comfortable, seeing what doesn't feel comfortable. If it's a trick I can normally do that doesn't feel comfortable, I'll try to fix it. If I can't fix it, then I'll just do a different trick, because fuck it. And yeah, that really helps keep skateboarding fun. Like, trying to learn new stuff, trying to hold on to old stuff, just try to be a little bit, or try to think a little bit about each part of my skating, like tricks I can do, tricks I can't do, and tricks I want to do. And just kind of play with them all. And honestly, I prefer to skate alone. It's my first time ever really like filming an entire solo session. Definitely kind of weird. Just because like I'm very aware of the camera being there and being like, oh man, I should try to land this faster because I'll run out of space on my phone, but whatever. So now it's time for me to go meet up with Corey and go film another video for the Keen Ramps YouTube channel. Which once again, you should definitely subscribe. It's going to be pretty fun. And I am tired. I hope you like this video. I know it's not, me skating with a bunch of my friends, but hopefully you found it helpful, maybe a little bit insightful. There's not really anyone here for me to make fun of, so sorry for the lack of jokes.